Cheers.
Welcome aboard Falkor. I'm Leslie.
And I'm Steven.
We are a couple of adventure seekers from the mountains who traded it all in for a new life at sea. Together, we've mastered the art of tiny living in a camper, traveled to amazing places around the world, and now we've begun an endless saga of adventure and boat work aboard our 1981 CNC Landfall 38 Falkor. We invite you to tag along for the ride and support our journey by hitting the subscribe button and joining our Patreon community. We have been sailing south on the ICW, I know, shocking update, for the last couple of days. Sailing/motoring, if I'm totally honest. We are headed for Jupiter, where we're going to be staying put for a little while. Steven's got some family there, and we're getting our new mainsail delivered to us there. Very exciting stuff. But in the meantime, I'm going to take you along for the ride to show you what it's like to cruise down the ICW in Florida in January. There's lots of bridges. There are lots of other boats. Some days are beautiful and sunny and calm like this, others not so much. So, let's go for a little ride. After exploring all Daytona Beach had to offer in our 9-mile trek, we continued south along the ICW with a few days in Cocoa Village and ultimately making our way towards Jupiter, Florida. We'd spent so much time motoring straight into the wind, unable to sail, so we were thrilled for the opportunity to unfurl the headsail and cruise a little bit on the first day of this voyage. The color of the water started to brighten up, and we really immersed ourselves in the beauty of the present moment, sailing south on the intracoastal waterways of Florida in January. My favorite part of this stretch of our journey is there was no rush to be anywhere. There were a few boats passing by, most with minimal wake, and even though the butter hasn't melted, we're no longer freezing cold. All we needed to do was sit back, enjoy the ride, and keep steering the boat south. As the sun came up in our beautiful, peaceful anchorage just south of Sebastian, we were the only boat in sight with such a spectacular, calm day ahead of us. We'd been planning to stop in Jupiter for weeks now, with packages and family waiting for us. While we were in no rush, we were eager and excited to arrive. That excitement built as we continued on through calm waters and various bridges, and we received a very special escort from a pack of our favorite majestic animals, dolphins. They played in the wake of the boat right next to the cockpit with us for at least 20 minutes, and it was amazing. As soon as we reached the Jupiter Inlet, the color of the water turned into an even more beautiful shade of blue, and we enjoyed every bit of that peaceful vibe, not knowing how brief it would end up being. The energy around us quickly shifted from the calm of a backcountry road to the busy congestion of a gridlocked LA freeway. Boats and jet skis were passing us on either side, and as we went through the monumental 1,000-mile marker point on the ICW, I distracted Steven for a quick moment from the chaos with this selfie to celebrate. What I didn't capture on film was the failed attempt to anchor in our planned location in Jupiter, half a dozen chaotic bridge openings throughout the area, and our final decision to motor an additional 2 hours south to West Palm Beach. It turns out that extra 2 hours on the water is only about 10 minutes on the roads, so we're still able to spend time with some family while we're here, making it work in a new location. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Falkor Sailing. It means a lot to both of us to have you tagging along on the adventure. So if you enjoyed this week's video, give this video a like, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for next week's episode when the butter finally melts and we explore a breathtaking island with the most beautiful water we've seen yet.